What is happening, YouTube? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Today is another one of those days that end in Y, so you know that makes it a great day to go fishing. It is Drysdale, and today is, what is today? January the 6th, 2022, and I'm ready to go catch some crappie, but I'm not even gonna get them on the water. Today I'm gonna show you how I catch crappie before I even get to the water. It's about the prep work. So I'm going to do some data work. I'm gonna show you how I move my data from my Garmin to my memory card, and then prepping for lakes that I've got on my fish finder right now. So let's see how we do what we do to go get those fish. On this episode of Crappie Fishing with Drysdale, let's go get them. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my data from my Garmin and I'm going to move it to my memory card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit my navigation on my Garmin, nav info. I'm going to manage my data, touch manage data, and I want to see my memory usage. Memory usage is going to tell me how many waypoints I have. And this says I got 4,154 waypoints. Garmin only allows you 5,000. 4,154 waypoints, some of those are probably duplicates. I want to clean up some of that data so that I've got clean data in my unit and I just don't have a lot of waste and excess. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back from the beginning, from my home page. I'm going to hit my nav info. I'm going to say I'm going to say manage data again. And I'm going to do a data transfer. So data transfer, my file type is GPX. There are two file types that Garmin has, GPX and ADM, but GPX is what I'm going to save, and I'm going to save to the card. So you see you've got file type, merge from card, delete files, copy built-in map, replace from card. That's a big deal because I'm going to put stuff back on. And I'm going to save it to the card. I'm going to save it to the card, and I've got things that I've already saved. So I'm going to just go ahead and hit the plus sign to save, and I'm going to name it whatever I want to name it. I'm just going to call it January 6th, 1/6/22. And I'll go ahead and say I'm done. And now it's moving that data, all of these waypoints, from the unit to the card. Once it's done, it's done. Now, so you can see I've got 1/6/22 GPX file. I've got other ones that are on there. Let me let you take a look at what it looks like on the map with all of these waypoints, these 4,000 waypoints that I have. I'm going to hit my charts. I'm back at the home page. I'm going to hit my chart, and I'm going to go to fishing charts. If I zoom all the way out and looking at this map here, you can see this is Lake Altoona. I've got a bunch of waypoints on Lake Altoona. I've got waypoints up here on Lake Lanier. Bunch of places that I fish on Lake Lanier. This is Clark Hill. I've uploaded a lot of them on Clark Hill. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete all of this off of my fish finder. And then I'm going to go into the house and I'm going to do some data cleanup. And I'll show you how we do that after I delete this. So I'm going to delete it. Again, before you delete anything on your fish finder, all your data, make sure that you have it backed up, which is what I just did. Now, I'm going to go back to my nav info, and I'm going to manage my data. I'm going to clear my user data. I'm going to say waypoints. You can clear it by symbol. If you click symbol, then you've got a bunch of different symbols that it has that you can pull off. But I'm going to hit back, and I'm going to clear all of my waypoints. So now, Garmin's going to ask you, hey, are you sure that you want to delete all of your waypoints? I'm going to say yes. I want to delete all my waypoints. Okay. Clearing my data. User data cleared. I say okay. Now if I go back, when I go back to my maps, I'll just go home, fishing charts, you will see those same lakes that had all of those waypoints on them. Now they just have this is Clark Hill Lake. Now they just have what comes on the unit. Here's Lake Oconee. I have no waypoints on any of those. But just for the sake of showing you that my data's not gone forever, I'm going to put those back on from the file that I just saved. Remember, I named that file January 6, 22. So let's go back in. I'm going to go back to my nav info. I'm going to go to data, manage data. I'm going to do a data transfer. My GPX file is default. I'm going to merge from card. Merge from card. I'm going to select a file, and I'm going to select January 6, 2022. And it is now retrieving all that data and placing it back on my unit. Just so that you know, that's why saving your data is important, because something could happen and I might just lose everything. So now it says transfer is complete. I'm going back to my home page, back to my charts, fishing charts, and now you can see all of those waypoints are back. So I've got waypoints all over that lake. I'm going to go back into the house now, and I'm going to show you how to do data cleanup. I'm going to go ahead and delete this again. We'll see you at the kitchen table. All right, folks. I'm in the house now, and I just took my SD card out of the fish finder. I'm going to go ahead and slide it in my computer. I'm using this Garmin Basecamp software. All right, now that I have my SD card uploaded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my file from this Garmin Basecamp, and I'm going to import into my collection. And I just saved that file 1622. Here it is right here. So 1622 GPX. I'm going to go ahead and select that file, and it's going to import all that data in here under my collection in the library. Now, when I click on 1622, here's Lake Lanier up here. Here's Lake Hartwell. This is Clark Hill. But all of my data is now on here. Hey, let's just say I want to clean up everything on this card outside of what's on Lake Oconee. Let me zoom in here to Lake Oconee a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm simply going to start here with these little icons here, and I'm going to just punch my, if I'm looking at Lake Oconee, I know this icon, this waypoint that I just picked is all the way up there on Lake Lanier. So I'm going to just scroll some of these icons. That's not Lake Oconee. That's not Lake Oconee. So as I scroll some of these things, you can tell, you can see just by the way that the waypoint shows up. That's Lake Oconee. That's number 0011. That's Lake Oconee. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab those ones all the way up from there. Now I've highlighted all of those, and I'm simply going to delete them. I'm going to remove them from this 1622. Then I'm going to go back to the next one. Right now, I can tell you right now, I just know off the top of my head that this waypoint and all of these waypoints that are down in this area here, I can tell you these are not Oconee waypoints. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all of these waypoints. Let me scroll down some more. I can see all of these are not. See, these say bluegill. I know those are things that are on Clark Hill. Boat ramps, that's not Oconee, that's on Clark Hill. Bobby something, brush. Those brush piles might be. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this data, I'm going to highlight it, hit my shift key, highlight them, and so now I've just grabbed however many these are, and I'm going to remove them from this SD card. Now that's the process of doing it. That's how I remove them. Because I have done this, I can now go to this specific file here. If you look here, you can see Clark Hill 1223. That's something that I did. I've already taken all of the waypoints from everywhere else, and this is a specific card, or this specific file is Clark Hill. These are all of the waypoints that I have on Clark Hill Lake. They go all the way from the top of the lake all the way down. Some of them I put on myself. Other ones I got through other resources. The only thing that's on there is Clark Hill waypoints. Same thing applies for, like if I look at Lake Oconee right here, I don't have anything showing on this card from Lake Oconee. So if I want to zoom in to Lake Oconee, and that's going to give me Lake Oconee. None of my waypoints on this file is on Lake Oconee. So I have just simply moved this data. I cleaned up everything for this specific lake. If I want to look at Lake Oconee, I've got a bunch of waypoints on Lake Oconee. Here's Lake Oconee. What I do from there is once I have this data cleaned, the next thing that you will do is you'll simply, since you have your SD card already in there, you can go back to the file. So I made changes to this file, the 1622. Now I want to go ahead and save this file. I want to export it. I'm going to export it to the same memory card, 1622 clean. I'm just going to put a new name on it, cleaned. And when I go outside, I'm going to show you how I just put it and upload it back to the fish finder. So 1622 clean, it's a GPX file. It's going to transfer back to my Garmin file here on my SD card. And that is saved. Now that we have the data moved from the computer back to the SD card, let's go back out to the boat and let's show you how we put it back on the unit. See you at the boat. So Lake Oconee has none of my waypoints on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my navigation information. I am going to do manage data. I'm going to transfer data from my memory card. I'm going to select a file, and I'm going to select Oconee only. It is loading, and now the only thing that I should have on here would be Lake Oconee. I'm going to go back. Let's go to my chart, fishing charts, and there you have it. All of my waypoints from Lake Oconee. Let's see how many waypoints I actually have on Lake Oconee. So we're going to manage my data, memory usage. Holy crap, I got 2,022 waypoints on Lake Oconee, and those are not duplicates. Good Lord. And that's how you just do some data management on your fish finders and catch some without even being on the water. But when you get on the water, you are going to be ready. Folks, that is some of the work that I do to catch a crappie without even being in the water. Data management on these electronics is one of these important things that is oftentimes overlooked. 2022 is going to be another one of those great years that we work, and we are still on that quest to rid the world of those evil but sure enough tasty crappie. That is going to do it for this episode of Crappie Fishing with Drysdale. I hope that you found this information useful. As always, folks, I appreciate everybody who have watched. I appreciate all of the comments that you make. And for those that have subscribed, thank you for your subscribing. And to our new subscribers, because I've got a lot of new subscribers, Thank you all for joining, and welcome to the Drysdale family. If you have not already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there, along with the bell, so that you get notified when I post new videos. Until the next time, folks, remember, the best days to go fishing are the ones that end in Y. Drysdale out.